Hi, my love. One of the business I do is food delivery business. So I take orders and also deliver those food. At least within 24 hours, you will get your meals. So this day I got to cook for 50 people. I'm supposed to cook Egusi soup and Ogbono soup. Just rub a little wet leaves, spread a little bit of tosasia, which is perfume. Then this is me off with my free gown to the market. Now I'm here in a taxi, and after that I entered keke. I don't know if all the keke in Abuja, the inside colors red. That's what I've been noticing. And I decided to use goat meat for the soups. From there, I went to where I will get some gari and then the other remaining things like stockfish, the bonga fish that I'm using. After that, I went to buy the egusi and ogbono. From there, I bought pumpkin leaf because that's what I'll be using for those two soups. Now, I'm on my way heading home. You see this place that you saw me shaking my head. I'm just wondering how a taxi driver will drive till the car empties up with no fuel and then parks along the road to refuel. I don't know. Is it that you don't know that your fuel have been down? So after I came back from the market, I went straight into the kitchen to start preparing for this order. The first thing I do when I want to make semovita is I first allow the water to boil. And when the water is boiling, I share the semovita into two and then dissolve the first part, pour it into the pot and then stir it for it to cook a little bit. Then when I do that, I'm going to bring in the powdered one. That's the remaining part of the semovita. This is for it to now bind everything together and make it more stronger because at this point it's soft. So this is me. I've brought in the remaining part of the semovita, which is a powdered form. And at this point, you need to do exercise. If you have not exercised, at least use this as a point to do exercise. Stir it very well so that it doesn't have lump and seed, because if it had lumps and seed, it's going to make it very hard for people to eat and they will not enjoy their semovita. Then I'll just add little water, cover it for it to cook on low steam. Then look at it here after it has cooked. I'm then going to stir this very well and mix it up, and the semovita is ready. You see this semovita, it will just be like you made pounded yam. Then after that, I'm going to start making the wheat, which is whole wheat. First of all, the water will boil, and then I have already dissolved some part of the wheat, and then I'm going to stir it very well. Stir it for it to cook a little before I bring in the powdered one. Now at this point, I'm pouring the powdered one and I'm going to stir this. Just keep stirring. You know how flour does it to make you feel that there is no water. Keep stirring it. Then when you find out that it's now very, very thick, add little water to loosen it up and make it soft. Okay. At this point, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and a like, and also leave a comment telling me where you're watching me from. Now after I've stirred this, I'm going to add a little water. This is because I noticed it was very thick and hard to stir, and when you leave it like this, people will not be able to swallow it because of the strong wheat that you made. Tell me in the comment section, which is your best swallow, whole wheat or semovita or gari? These three, just choose one and tell me what you think. So after that, I'm just going to add a little water and then cover it for it to cook. This should be cooked on low heat, not on high heat, so that you don't get your wheat burnt and it will be smelling burnt wheat. So after that, I'll just check it. It has cooked properly. I'll just mix it up properly, make it become so soft and very drawy so that anybody that eats this semovita is going to enjoy it. Now, when you're making wheat, it's very, very dicey. Sometimes you think that the wheat is so strong and you will not add water. Sometimes you even think that it's so soft and you now go and add a lot of wheat. And before you know, it will be gumming in the hand. So it's very dicey, okay? Now, it's time for me to make the egusi soup, which I made for this set of people. So I first added the goat meat and cow skin, add pepper and onion blend, mix it up like I want to marinate this this goat meat with salt. Now I'm using goat head here, okay? Then add salt, stir this, and allow it to release its own water. When it has released its water, come back and check it. You see that it has released its water. We're going to add things like the stockfish that's supposed to be inside the soup. I'm going to add more water because now we are going to cook the soup proper. Then I'm going to stir this and then bring in stockfish, cover it for it to cook. Then after that, I will bring in bonga. You can use your crayfish. I'm using bonga here. Then I'll stir it properly. Add your oil. One thing with egusi is that egusi is a soup that if you don't allow it to cook very well, it can purge people, and that is what you don't want, for egusi to purge anybody. Then after that has cooked, I'm just going to scoop in the egusi into lumps like this and throw it into the pot. I'm not going to stir this. We're not going to stir it because first of all, we didn't fry this egusi so that you don't burn the egusi. Then I'll just cover it for it to cook and steam very well. Then I'm going to stir it at this point. As you stir, make sure you scrape everything, your ingredients that might have sticked at the bottom of the pot, because of there's not enough water, it can stick a little. Then I'm going to bring in the panla and then stir this and still cover it for it to cook. So after it have cooked, I will just stir this up and then add little water. See, this soup at this point is not even ready. It's tasty. It is so delicious that if you give it to somebody, they will just be biting their hands as they eat the soup, okay? Please don't bite your hand, okay? Then I'm going to stir this, and then if you feel that the color is not popping enough the way you like it, add a little oil. Now after it has cooked very well, look at your egusi. What shows you that your egusi is well cooked and well ready is that you see oil floating on top, because egusi has its own oil, and the texture of the egusi will be different. Now I'm going to bring in vegetable leaf, which I'm using pumpkin leaf here. Stir this, and just after stirring it, just bring your soup down. Taste your soup for salt, and your egusi is ready. Now after that, I went straight to make the ogbono soup. The ogbono soup was first made with goat meat and cow skin. Then I'm going to add the stockfish into the pot. Then I'll add pepper and onion blend, okay? Then add some salt. All that you need to use and season your meat, not use curry or rosemary or thyme, okay? This is soup, and soup likes its natural taste. So stir this like you are marinating it, and then allow it to release its own water. So after I stir this, I'm going to cover it. At this point, if you have watched to this point, I'm wondering why you have not subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Now I added grinded bonga fish. Already I added water for it to cook. That pot was small, so I had to change the pot to a bigger pot. Then I'm going to bring in the ogbono. What I did with this ogbono is I just added oil, melted it on another stove top, so that when you pour it into the stock proper, it will not be lumpy. It just dissolves very quickly. Now I brought in the panla fish. I'm going to stir this very well and allow it to cook. I'm not going to cover this soup. So when it has cooked, you will know that your ogbono is ready. Taste for salt, taste for all that you need to taste for. If you want to add more fish, add fish. Now at this point, I'm going to bring in the vegetable leaf, which I'm also using pumpkin in this soup. And this soup tasted heavenly. It was so delicious and it was so tasty. So just stir it up and then bring down your soup, and your soup is ready. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.